Hey there guys, this is KTGOZone and I'm back with another video of Age of Empires. I'm playing Skunk and Chris today on my channel, and Skunk is an Indian legend, possibly one of the best players to ever play for India, and he's playing against Chris, an absolute legend of the game. And we're looking at Chris right now. He's playing with the Persians, and his opponent Skunk is going to play with Huns, or Hans, however you call it. I'm going to apologize for the background music that is happening right now. It is some festival going on in India, and yes, a bit annoying, I know, but please bear with me. This is my window, this is my time. I have to record a video right now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So let's look at the map of these guys. This is Chris I'm looking at right now. He's playing with the Persians, and that is his map right now. He's going to get his boar very soon after that villager completes the house. He's got a lot of villagers on forage right now. He's got 3 on wood, so no possibility of drush. He's got a deer patch very close to his town center. Always very good to have that. And I'm looking at this map right now. I don't think it's really wallable. In the front, he has got that secondary goal quite far away from his base, and he's got his primary gold actually pretty close, and that is possibly a bugged stone mine over there. It might not require that, but you never know. But this is a decent map, at least on both sides. It's pretty decent. It's got a back gold and stuff, but the forward line, yeah, it's not that great, but we'll see what he does. We'll go to Skunk, our very own Indian over here. I'm very excited about this guy. He watched a hell lot of games of Skunk, and I'm really sorry that I haven't posted one video of this guy on my channel. But here it is, guys. Here it is, finally, the 98th video of KTGOZone. It is Skunk, the one and only Skunk on my channel. He's playing with Hans, and he's level on pop with Chris. Let's look at his map. His gold is not very good on top of a hill. Never a good place to have a gold mine. This is possibly a little better place, but again, it's very open over here. You can see that it's very open over here, and it is quite susceptible to an attack. A stone mine is over there. Might not require that with a one player, but overall, I don't think this is a very good base. This is quite an average base, and I'm hoping Skunk goes for an full on attack. Chris doing his loom. He's going to do his feudal age right after the loom, and Skunk is already up to feudal age research right now. A lot of villagers on wood right now. We'll see what the strategy is being employed by Skunk, and no military buildings right now from both players, which is a bit strange, but that is okay. 8 minutes 15 seconds. That house means there's going to be the military building next to that house. That's going to be a small wall off over there. This side also can be walled off with military buildings and houses if he wants, and this side also can be walled off with walls, with palisade walls. Yes, that is what is going to be. But Skunk, look at his map. It's going to be very difficult for Skunk to wall off this map. So quite a difference between the feudal age times between the players. It is around 15 plus 11, 26 seconds. The first military building, as we see it, is being put down by Skunk, and it's going to be obviously the barrack. The barrack is also coming in from Chris. So he's sending villagers forward. I really don't know what is this for. Is it for the archery range? No, it's for the wall off and the archery range. No forward stuff and all that from these guys. This is an old game, around 5 to 6 years old, probably more than that. I really don't know the correct time frame of this game. I have to look back. I don't want to do that while this game is on. Loom coming in from Skunk after he has gone to feudal age. You might not see that nowadays, but that is how it is in this game. Skunk is going for Huns. I'm going to go to his point of view and find out what is his plan. He's going for scouts. Obviously doesn't have a lot of farms right now. Probably want to go for more farms because he's got a lot of villagers on wood, so he can possibly afford the farms if he wants to right now. Very equal on resource count, very equal on pop count and villager count from both the players. Good stuff from Chris and Skunk right now. So scouts coming in, being lined up by Skunk, and what is Chris doing? Obviously the same thing. He's also going for scouts, which is good stuff. I'm going to go to the point of view of the Persian player and find out what I need to find out is if they have any bonus for their cavalry. Right now I don't see any bonus for the cavalry line. So that is how it is, and let's look at Carlos, whether he's got, I'm sorry, not Carlos, this is Chris, whether he has got the farms he needs for those scouts. He's building his archery range right now. He's taking out his defensive spearman. He's all set for that. A lot of deer. I don't know why he didn't push that deer in. A bit surprising right now. While Skunk is scouting Chris at the moment. Let's see. He's seen everything possible. He has seen where the wood collectors is. This is a good place actually to go for an attack. There's a gold mine over there, so that is a good place for an attack. The gold miners, and that is exactly what Skunk is doing right now. Yes, he's going to go for that. A quick wall possibly from Chris. Can I expect that? Possibly. No, he's not bothered. He's not really bothered about these scouts at the moment, who are 3+2 on attack, mind you, and he's going to go all out attack against the scouts with the villagers. I'm surprised Skunk is not taking away his weak scouts. He's going to do that, but he's going to lose that scout over there, and he's going to manage to take those 2 scouts away and take them away from the fire zone at the moment. So this is defensive play for Chris. I don't see him attacking with the scouts. Probably didn't line up any scouts. That was possibly just for the heck of it. And yes, there you see there's absolutely no scouts. I don't know what is the purpose of that building. Probably just to fool his opponent, but at the moment he's just doing a defensive work at the moment, though he's making attacking archers. Obviously he's got a lot of villagers in gold, so he can go for the archers if he wants to. He's put a number of defensive spearmen at the moment, which is a bit surprising. Got 1 patrolling over there. He's got 4 actually over here, so he's got 3+1 force spearmen, which is over investment, have to tell you that. Farms are finally coming in, so is he going to go for the scouts? No, it's not. He's going to queue in archers. He's not really queuing a lot of archers. The reason for that is, I don't know. Right now, not villagers coming out, not much army coming out, and the Skunk meanwhile is doing his wheelbarrow. And there you go, that is the scouts from the Persian player I was talking about. I missed that. They're over Skunk's base, so he's going to do the damage. The spear is over there standing idle, not patrolling, and possibly Chris is not looking at this. This is not the Chris we know. He's actually not going to go for the attack. He's going to go back to his own base. The farms are actually coming for Skunk right now. He's also gone for the archery range, has completed a neat wall off over there. And look at the number of defensive spearmen. You just don't see that in games nowadays. 1 over there, 3 over here, very mirror-like from both the players. That's a blacksmith coming in from Skunk, and let's see the damage he's going to do over there. No, those are very low on health, and they're going to go down possibly if they don't run away from here, from the scene, and that's what they're going to do right now. If Chris spots those scouts, he should go for them. Yes, that's what he's going to do. He's going to touch them. They're going to go down. Surely that is what it's going to be if he goes for the kill. There you go. So not much is happening at the moment. The score right now is fluctuating between Chris and Skunk, and very equal on pop and villagers. It's even Stevens right now from both the players. Very defensive. They're just sniffing at their opponent. Look at the number of defensive spearmen over there. 3 over there, which is absolutely mental. 1 over here, so 4 actually. He didn't build any more actually. There's only 4, which is good. A lot of archers being queued in, and there's going to be a watchtower over there. He can actually remove his spearmen if he can get that watchtower up, which is good. But he could have done a wall off or probably a military building lineup over here, but doesn't need military building at the moment. He has them, Chris, so he's going to go for the defensive. And let's see what Skunk is doing. He's also preparing his archers. He has mixed them with a few skirms at the moment, +1 for those archers and skirms. He's going to finish off this wall in time, but he doesn't need to worry about it, because I don't see Chris really going all out with an attack. This side of the base is quite open for the farmers, but he's going to wall that off too. Probably a few houses over there, but no, he doesn't need houses. He is a hunt player. He doesn't need houses. So that is what it is, guys. Right now Chris is housed and he's on 57 pop. 1 more for Skunk, and the villager count is very even for both the players. 18 minutes in the game time, and I see that both the players are playing quite defensive and not going for an all-out attack. Let's look at Skunk's point of view and see his resources to find out how far he is from Castle Age. He's actually pretty far away. Is he doing gold mining? He is obviously doing a lot of gold mining, and that is what is producing these archers. He's going to send those archers forward. That is the area he has chosen for the kill, and there are some archers over there. No skirms from Chris for the defense. He's going to defend with his archers, but that is okay. I think he's got a good mass over there. Actually, similar military line from both the players, archers and scouts, as if they're talking with each other and discussing about the military choices they're going to make for each other. So this is pretty nice. It's going to be a fight over there. A lot of low health point scouts over there. They're going to go down very easily, and this archer is going to stay awake. They are actually trying to attack these scouts, but I think it's a good thing to go for these archers. They're the gold units. That's what you should go for. I think that is what Chris went for, and that he's been successful in this fight. But you can look at the military count; it's still very even Stevens. And Skunk is actually going back. He has gone back. He's taken his army back, and he's not going to engage in this fight. He has lost a lot of army over there. But if you look at the kills and death ratio, it is very, very equal at the moment. So defensive play from both the players, a bit expected maybe. This is the defensive game they have chosen, and that is a third archery range coming in from Skunk, and he's going to produce a lot of archers as he's doing so. He's got around 10 gold miners. He's putting down a second mining camp, always a very good idea. But if you look at his resources, he's not very far away from Castle Age, so he might not engage into a fight right now. He might go for the crossbow and fletching before going for this flight. That should be the plan, and let's see what he does next. I'm sorry, not fletching, but Vodkin arrow obviously in Castle Age. So Chris, is he going for the kill? No, he's not really producing a lot of army at the moment. I'll go to his point of view and find out whether he's producing much of the army that we're talking about. No, he's not producing anything. He's just not producing anything. He's completely focused. He's going to make that one villager more. He's going to queue it one more villager, and he's going to go for the Castle Age. He's all set for Castle Age. He's certainly not going to engage into a fight right now. So I'm going to go back to Skunk's point of view and find out how far away he is from Castle Age. I'm sorry, is that Skunk? Yes, that is Skunk, and that's his Castle Age research started for both the players, and there's a difference of 3 seconds between the players, and that is good stuff. And the army is ready in their own bases. They're all set for that attack, for that upgraded attack obviously. And it would be great if we can delete a few lumber camps over there, Skunk. Pretty funny to look at that. I don't know whether it's always a good idea to choose one lumber camp, one side of a forage bush or a wood line and all that stuff is always good to distribute. Forage maybe you cannot, you have just one forage, but you know, gold mining and wood cutting can be distributed. Always a good idea to do that. But this was the safest wood for Skunk. He doesn't really have any safe wood nearby. You can look at his map. It is rubbish, right? It is absolutely rubbish. He really doesn't have a good map. He doesn't have any good wood nearby. That is so far away, and that is also at a very crappy location, that wood line. Even this is not in a very good place. So that is his map right now. 33 military for Skunk, and they're all sitting idle right now. They're not sitting ducks obviously, but because they're going to be upgraded in some time, but they're sitting idle as we speak. So let's go to Chris's point of view and see what he's up to. He hasn't increased his military line, but he's going to do his researchers. It's going to come as soon as he hit Castle Age. I don't see the researchers coming. Boom, 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 boom. No, it's not coming yet. It's taking its own sweet time. He doesn't have the resources possibly, and he's going for his bowsaw and heavy plow before doing his bodkin, which is strange, right? No crossbow, no bodkin. Finally the crossbow research is coming in after bowsaw and heavy plow. Probably he's trolling us, Chris, and he is not bothered about crossbows. He's taking out his knights. I didn't see his farms. The number of farms is really high right now, and he is actually going for knights. Yes, the Persian player going for knights. Not really surprising. I really don't know where Chris came inside. Oh, he has actually taken down that wall and he's come inside, but he's not going to do any damage from here unless he actually walks through this region. But it is pointless. Right now he's got 5 knights, Chris, so it's not going to be a very good idea for Skunk to come inside from this region. He's going to walk out and probably trying to find some other region, but where is the place to attack? There is no place to attack unless he comes over here maybe. But I think Chris has got a very good base. Obviously this is the area that Skunk will have to try out to attack. He's going to get stuck over there. Let's look at his point of view. Let's look at Skunk's point of view and see what he sees. And that's what he sees. He's going to get locked down over there. He's going to go back again, and he's struggling at the moment. He's got a hell lot of military, but he's not engaging into a fight, which is always not a very good thing. But it's not really bad because he's also not being attacked by Chris, and Chris is playing very defensive. I really don't know why. Knight standing idle, that is a very dangerous sight, a very sad sight actually, and nobody wants to see that. Knight standing idle. They should just go for the kill and go for Skunk's base, while Skunk is producing cavalry archers at the moment, +2 on them, which is very good. He's got the second and third town center up and running, Skunk, and I'm sure Chris has also got his third. No, he hasn't. He's got just 2 town centers at the moment, Chris. And he is producing knights, but he's keeping those knights in his base. He's defending with those knights. He's defending with his archers. He's doing bow saw before his crossbow. He's doing funny stuff. This is a funny game. It might not even be Chris. I'm kidding. This is Chris. This is surely Chris. And he's playing against Skunk, who is obviously a very good player. Nothing to take away from Skunk. He's a very good player. 45 military from Skunk. Bit surprising. He's not engaging into an attack. But how does he engage? That is the question. Possibly this is the area. And he should also go for camels if he wants to. Let's see, hunt player camels. Is that a good idea? No, that is not, because they don't get camels. As simple as that. So there you go. What is going to be the strategy? Probably pikes and cavalry archers. Too much gold units. He's already got the spears, so you can convert. You can upgrade them to spikes, and go for it. So at the moment, both the players very static in their own base, not going for the kill. He sends some few cavalry archers forward and not doing much of micro over there, and just going to let those cavalry archers die. A lot of archers over there. He's going to let those cavalry archers die. He's going to flee away from the scene, is what is expected, and that's what he does right now. Heavy plow and handcart coming in finally from Skunk, and that is what it is right now. He's got a monk out, and he's got a second monk out. He's got 1 relic in, which is good. It does see all the other relics. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 relics are at the end of the map, and I'm sure he hasn't scouted that. There you go. He hasn't scouted that. No one's going to scout that in Arabia random map game. And knights, they wanted to come in and go for the attack, but they're just going to run away. Going to run away to his base. Is it? That is a bit surprising. Could have chosen some other area. Probably could have come inside from here, and I don't know. This is a very difficult place. Both the players are playing very compact and playing also very defensive. They don't want to lose their army right now. They're going to keep those army alive. Chris is not producing a lot of army at the moment. Now look at his army count. It's just 25, and the number of farms he has, he can produce a lot of army. Does he have the 3rd town center? I don't know. No, he doesn't. He can actually put his 3rd town center over here. Let's look at his wood count and his stone count. He did that tower over there. That is the reason the 3rd town center is not up for this player, for Chris, and that is going to be a barrack, is what I expected. Yes, I was expecting pikes, and that is what it is, and that is a good army composition. He's got monks. The monks are going to be very helpful. He's got those archers. He's got cavalry archers. He's got pikes. That's a very, very good army composition from Chris. Let's go to his point of view. You can see the pop count right now. Skunk is really ahead, and she's sniffing at Chris at the moment. He's doing his chainmail armor for his spikes, which is going to be very handy when the knights come inside, and he is actually queuing spikes. So that is a good army choice. 60 military for Skunk, and Chris is not really doing much at the moment. He's got his knights idle over there. He's got his archers idle over there. This is a very strange game, guys. Very strange game, but this is what it is, and we have to watch it. And this stone mine could have been used by Chris. I'm surprised he's not using that stone to collect some more stone to get the 3rd town center up and running. That would have been a very good idea. Look at the pop difference right now. There's a difference of almost 50 pop between the players, though the villager count is absolutely same. It's absolutely same. 3 town centers producing the same number of villages as 2 town centers. That is what it is right now. Continuous villager production from Skunk as expected. Imperial Age coming in from Chris. That is what he was waiting for. He was going for Imperial Age, but what does the hunt player do after the Imperial Age? That is the question. He's doing his market right now, but I don't know. Is he going to go for Cavaliers? Is that going to be the plan? Because right now it doesn't look like anything else. Yes, there you go. The number of stable count shows that it's going to go for all-out Cavaliers, Chris, and that is going to be the plan. That is possibly was the plan throughout. I don't know why he's going so far away. He had the gold mine over there, and I don't know why he's going so far away. Does he not know? He doesn't know about that gold mine. My God. a 2k4 player, and he didn't scout his second gold mine. That is a bit funny, but he's going to go very far forward to that gold mine, and that wood line is also very close to that gold mine. So maybe that is a better gold mine, but that is far forward, and that is going to be a bit dangerous place. But there you go, the entire army of Skunk inside is going to do a lot of disruption. That castle might not go up. That castle is actually Skunk's castle. That is certainly going to go up unless these knights go far forward and take these villagers out. And that is going to be the plan. Let's look at Skunk's point of view and see how far he is from Imperial. He's quite far away. He's actually 600-foot short right now, so he's not going to go for Imperial Age. That is not the plan for Skunk right now. He's getting his villagers stuck to that castle. He's going to finish that castle surely. 58% on that. These knights are coming in. He should take these cavalry archers to that area and try to target these knights. That is should be the plan. Even the pikes over there, but no, his knights are actually going to Skunk's base, which is a bit funny. Forward siege workshop along with that castle. That is a classic build from Skunk, but a bit surprising to see Chris sending his knights who were waiting there for 50 years and not going for the attack then. But there you go, the cavalier research and the iron casting research is going to come in, and he's going to engage into this fight. I don't think so. He shouldn't engage before the cavalier and iron casting comes in, but barracks are being built right now. A heavy barrack building from Skunk, and he's getting his monks ready. He's made his monks ready to convert a few knights. One has been converted already. The second one is surely going to get converted. Is it? Have I missed it? Possibly no, he didn't convert the second knight, and there was only one conversion. To both the monks go down, which is not great. But finally Chris is spreading across, is doing his fourth town center. I don't know where he collected that stone. He didn't collect stone. He used the market, abused the market. Now there you go, that's the stone collection he was doing over there. Skunk is doing his ballistics for his archers, for his cavalry archers rather, and also husbandry, and which means he's going to husbandry is going to be for these cavalry archers obviously. And finally there's going to be some dead meat for Skunk. That town center, you can't help it. If you can look at his map, he doesn't really have a lot of places to go for the town center. So this was the place, and he's actually engaging into this fight, Chris, which is a bit surprising. Chris, he's got only one cavalier left. He's going to lose all that army. He's doing some damage over there. He's getting some villagers down. He's possibly going to get that villager surely, and not much after that. He's going to go down after that to town fire and cavalry archer fire. So there you go. Skunk right now is going towards Imperial Age, but he is doing a lot of damage in Chris's base. He's inside Chris's base right now, and he's doing a lot of damage. And those spears are not, the skirms, I'm sorry, are not in huge numbers. They're not going to do a lot of damage, though they were fighting uphill and they were doing more damage. But finally Skunk realizes that, and he's going to take his cavalry archers uphill and possibly engage into a fight now. Will he? No, he actually doesn't. He doesn't want to. He's going to go to the safety of his castle, going to stand below his castle. He's already taking his battering rams out and doing a lot of damage. You can see the pop difference right now, 56 pop difference between the players, but more starking is the military difference, 50 military difference. If you even taken out a mangonel to cause some damage to this skirms, possibly. We don't have a great armory at the moment. So this is good stuff from Skunk. He's doing his imperialist research, he's doing his husbandry and scale barding armor, while plate barbing armor and ballistics coming in. Ballistics possibly for these skirms. And I don't know what the answers for Chris at the moment. He's trying to boom on that. This boom has been a late boom, I have to tell you that, and possibly the tower was one of the reasons for that. I can understand he couldn't put down the third town center, but he should have done it. He should have used his market. I think he built his market after going to Imperial Age, which is not the greatest thing in the world. He could have done that earlier. He could have bought some stone and could have gone for it. His army choice is also a bit surprising. He should have a variety of army. He just went for cavaliers and it comes with. But I don't know. Possibly this was the best army choice for the Persian player, really. And right now Skunk is doing a lot of damage on this area, and he's not really taking out a lot of villages or army, but he's taking out a lot of buildings. I believe he's taken out all the stables that were built over here, or possibly those stables were not even built. They were not even built by Chris. Is finally taking out the traps, which is going to be very good. Is Chris going to respond with a forward villager and some forward castle? He's going to do that. I believe so. He's not going to do that because he doesn't really have the stone. He actually has the stone. He can actually take villages forward. He can actually take these villages forward and do a forward castle and put some pressure on Skunk. That would be really, really good. But will he put a defensive castle over here? Even he doesn't complete that stable. So many incomplete stables. He's going to do a defensive castle, and he's been defensive throughout this game, Chris. And that is not a very good castle to have. That's very, very defensive. I would have been very good if he had taken his villages forward, done a forward castle. Meanwhile, Skunk is expanding his base. He's almost full pop. He's almost pop block. He's doing his chain barding and elite skirmishers. What doesn't he have? He has everything possible. So he's doing his stuff at the moment. He's not being able to take this town center down. That would be the good strategy, and hasn't unpacked that trap for a long time. Should do that. Should put some more focus on that. Idle villages, idle military. And this is a game from a different time, and it is not up to the expectations from top players like Chris and Skunk. A lot of researchers coming in, mostly for a ranged unit, and he's got a hell lot of ranged units right now, and the spikes are not being added, and he's just patrolling this area, trying to put pressure on Chris. Let's see how much Chris gets to see it. He gets to see everything, obviously, and he's not doing much on that side. He's just booming on this side. He's putting a hell lot of military buildings, mostly stables, and he's got food and gold, so he can actually produce those cavaliers if he wants to. A lot of idle villages for Chris, which is a bit surprising from Chris, a player of his caliber. So many villages went to build that house because he was housed, so that is funny. That was a bit funny actually, but I don't know why he sent so many villages. I can see his pop is 200 right now, so he was not even housed, so that is a bit funny from Chris. And there you go, that's another forward castle from Skunk. So he's going to put pressure from both areas, so this is really good stuff. And finally the trap is up and running and trying to get this town center down. No repair coming in, so that town center is going to go down. He's going to unpack this trap and make sure it doesn't go down to this trap fire. So he's going to do a second castle over there. So many military buildings coming in from Skunk, a lot of siege workshop and castle over there. And finally he's going to transition into hussars, the Persian player, as expected, because he doesn't really have the gold at the moment. He's got this gold mine. That is where his gold mining. Has he found this gold? Yes, he has. He's put the town center down very late into that gold mine. He's going to do another town center over there, and he's going to do a castle over there. Look at the choice of castle. I really don't know what is this castle doing. I really don't know. It's a crazy castle. Honestly, it's a very crazy castle. This is a better location for a castle next to this town center, next to this gold, and putting some pressure on this castle, taking the trap out and all the stuff. But it's going to be a very defensive and a very strange day and a very strange game from the legendary Chris, who is not really doing the stuff that is expected from him. And Skunk right now, he's put all the pressure he wanted to, but he's managed not to finish this game so far, which is a bit surprising. And at the moment, he doesn't really have military over here. He's got villages inside that castle, who's doing some damage at the moment, obviously, but not the damage that is required at the moment. Siege workshop, he's got a lot of resources, a lot of food and a lot of gold, and is not really investing, those resources that he has, because he's concentrating on this side. He's trying to finish off this area, and that is what it is that he's doing right now. Forward siege workshop once again. Idle cap ram should be sent forward to get this town center down. This is a bit sluggish from both the players. Forging and Halberder coming in for Skunk at the moment, while Blast Furnace is also being researched for Chris. And he does have only hussars and elite skirms at the moment, which is the only military choice for him. He doesn't really have the gold, does he? Does he have the gold? That's the question. No, he doesn't. He really doesn't have. He can see this. He can see this, but he's not picking that up. There's no monastery that he has at the moment to heal his knights, but he doesn't need to because he doesn't really have knights. That is what it is. Hussar also coming in from Skunk, and there you go. He's got his villages forward over here, which is a bit funny, but he's spread all across the map. He's got a lot of town centers up and running, which is expected from a player of his caliber, and good stuff. There you go. That is the number of town centers that Chris has, and that is very good stuff. Let's look at Skunk. He's got how many town centers? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 town centers. Skunk, so that is good compared to Chris, who is really struggling at the moment. Army all over the map, and there's going to be another aggressive castle from Skunk. That is the difference between the players. Skunk has been aggressive throughout this game, but Chris has been very defensive, even putting that strangely defensive castle, and that is going to protect these villagers during farming and not producing any army. But there you go, Chris has finally resigned to the fate, and he knows he's lost this game. He's played very defensive and he has lost this game to Skunk. I think he's played a very good game. Skunk, a very aggressive game, tried his level best to be very safe and sound at the beginning, and finishing it off in style. I think that aggression from this side was very good. That really killed it off. It was the time when the stables were being put up by Chris, and it was denied. It was denied by Skunk, and that is good stuff from Skunk. That is India's topmost player ever in the Skunk, yes. And you're gonna see a few more games of Skunk on my channel, is what I believe, and hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be back with more. Please take care, and please subscribe to my channel if you like my work. Bye bye.